What's up, guys? Today we're going to show you how to turn a toy drone into a pretty nice 4K stabilized drone setup with the GP9 from Flywoo. This is a decased GoPro with a front screen. It's better than the GoPro Bones because it has a screen on it. That's right, like $10 cheaper than the GoPro Bones, and this one has a screen on it. It looks like they got this right, and the 4K video was stabilized HyperFlow 4.0 on there. Yeah, it's really nice. Let's go ahead and review today's review, the X1. All right, guys, we're gonna make the X1 a 4K drone today. It is all loaded up, the GPS, the compass calibrated. I also have the onboard 3-axis camera that we're gonna show you today. So we're gonna do a little bit of fly-in, and we're also going to pair it up with the Flywoo GP9 up front here. So you're gonna see some beautiful 4K at 30 frames per second. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock the motors, and we'll do a takeoff and check our hover. We're in GPS mode, so we're gonna go ahead and look left to right, right to left, and that's looking pretty good. Let's just go up a little closer and say hello. See how our hover is? Looking pretty rock solid right there. That's hands off. So that's the hands off hover right there. Now you can see the GP9 footage. It's a little better than a standard GoPro Bones in my opinion, because it has a front screen, and it's around $389 for that one. So it's a little cheaper, and it has a front screen. You can also get a back screen that attaches that'll give you that full touchscreen GoPro mode. You can make changes without the quick app. I love that. So we're recording. I'm just gonna go up a little higher now. Let's get a little view from the right side of the field. Nice and clear over there. I got some sparrows kicking up over there. They don't like drones. There is a little bit of wind up top today, so it'll be interesting to see how this camera does. Let's just go ahead and get some altitude, go up, check out the scenery. Way up there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start recording on the drone here. You can do that by the left button over here. You can press it forward to take a picture, and you can change the gimbal up and down as well. So I'm gonna record the screen as well for you guys so you can see the app. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring the app up on the screen so you can see that live view. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of lag, but we'll test that out. Make sure everything is working correctly. Just go ahead and do a full pan all the way around. Pretty sweet 4K. Now let's go ahead and do some forward flying. And this one has other flight modes as well, guys. It has like orbit mode, waypoints, 3-axis gimbal. And if we get in trouble, we have GPS on board, so we can return to home if we need to. And it's a good thing to learn how to fly line of sight as well before you start learning how to fly a GPS drone. It just makes a lot of sense. If you lose your video screen here, you can still bring the drone home by flying it home line of sight. And I'm flying by line of sight today. So we're just cruising. We are cruising, recording on screen and on my Flywoo GP9. And you can turn pretty much any toy drone into a 4K drone by doing this. You can just slap the GP9 on there, and so much nicer than a GoPro Bones in my opinion. I try to show guys on my channel things that are good buys versus, you know, things that are okay buys. I like to share what's good with you guys. So this one also has return to home. Like I mentioned, it has 3 different speed modes. Right now we're in speed mode number 1. Let's go ahead and switch over to number 2 and get cruising a little faster. And man, that wind is kicking up there. That wind is kicking. And you can record your videos down to the SD card on board the drone. You can take stills, 8 megapixel. And you can also save them to your phone like a preview video, which is pretty cool. And again, this is the X1. I'll put the link down below if you want to check one of these out. If you're a brand new pilot and you're thinking about getting into FPV on my channel, if you've been watching race drone videos, you want to practice kind of the basics of flying, GPS drones are nice for that. And man, it's windy up top. It's really windy up there today. It's windy where I'm standing, so you know it's windy up there. And this little guy's handling it. Let's just fly around the field a little bit here. Let me fly in a little closer so you guys can see this drone up close. Looks so cool with that action camera on top. Let's walk up a little closer now. And let's come down and do a straight GPS hover. It also has optical flow on there. And I'm just gonna take a snapshot of it while I'm right here. Why not, right? Let's take a 16:9 snapshot. Bring it down to where we can see it good. Go ahead and get close, not too close. Nice. Raise it up a little bit here. Very nice. That's looking pretty good. All right, back to the app. And by the way, if your app freezes, you can go out of the app and restart it. And the app is called HFunFly. That's in the Android store or iOS. So I'm just gonna go back to the app now. My real-time view, you know, the good news about this flight test is that I didn't lose signal to my phone. Earlier when we went up there pretty high, sometimes after about 200 meters that way, I lose my transmission, my Wi-Fi transmission to the phone. So that means that the app freezes up. That's never good, right? So over in the top right-hand corner of the app, if you click on that, you have a VR settings. You can wear goggles. You can put your phone inside a pair of goggles and fly it kind of like FPV view. And then you can fly it from the phone as well and from the transmitter. So you can go either or. Virtual controls on the app or manual controls, which I like. And you can also do flight modes like orbit mode. You can do follow me. We can do waypoints and return to home, of course. That button is right here on the transmitter. And your auto takeoff, auto land, and how to start the drone motor is right here on the left-hand side. You also, it looks like we have speed mode number 3 here. Let's go ahead and hit speed mode number 3. That's the speed button right there. Gonna switch into that. And you can also see that we have 16 satellites on my transmitter. So now we're flying a little bit quicker. Let's just do some quick flying around the field, like line of sight flying, and I'll show you some of that 4K video footage as well. This is a full tilt right here. Line of sight flying. Try not to hit the little kids' soccer posts over there. And keep in mind your altitude, because even though it has altitude hold, it may dip when you do a hard turn in sport mode number 3. Kind of holding back there a little bit. And if you want it to be a little bit smoother, you can turn GPS off by the button on the far left, but then she's gonna start drifting on you. So that's something to keep in mind. It won't have like position hold after you turn GPS off. Long press on GPS should turn it off. It's not turning it off. We'll just keep flying. Just wants to have GPS on there today. We're gonna go up, get a little bit of altitude, and you can check your battery level on the app itself. And it looks like my battery's low and we have a beep. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it return to home. We've got extra weight on there today, so 15 satellites should give us a pretty nice return to home. Let's go ahead and hit return to home there. There it goes up. It's gonna turn around and face the home point, and we'll see how close it lands to our landing pad right here. Let's look up and see where she's at. If she decides to go into the trees over here behind me, they're super close, so I can cancel it on the radio. And here she comes. We're still recording video, both on the drone, the app, and on the 4K cam up there. X1 is coming down, you guys. Let's just do automated landing there. And if it's within 10 foot of where you took off from, that's usually a pretty good compass calibration. Always calibrate the compass before you take off. So it looks like we're, wow, pretty much one motor on the landing pad. Let's see if it shuts itself off. And it did. That's awesome. Pretty sweet. So this transmitter will keep beeping until you turn the drone off. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the video here, push back the other way again, that stops the video. You can also press the other way to take a snapshot, 8 megapixel still. That was awesome. So I think if you're looking for a drone that's kind of a lot cheaper than the DJI Mini 3 Pro, this will be fun for you. If you want to make it 4K, you can add this Flywoo camera here. This, you know, again, this camera is about 380 bucks. So to take the battery off, you use 3 fingers, 2 on the side, 1 here, and just pull that out just like that. And again, that is a 3300 milliamp battery. Feels a little bit warm after that flight, but you know what? It was super windy up top. So when it is that windy, you're gonna get some extra stress on the power system while you're flying it. So it's gonna eat up the battery faster. If you have a windless day where there's just no wind at all, you're gonna get a much better flight time out of this one. But it's foldable. It is ready to fly, and it seems to be a pretty good price. And if you want to make it a 4K, I suggest definitely suggest grabbing one of those Flywoo GP9s. You can pretty much strap it up to anything, and it comes with a cable that you can hook to a LiPo just like this on the balance port right here, and then you have a little standalone camera without being powered through the drone. So this works out to be a pretty nice setup for me, and I can unplug it there. Just a little bit of VHB on everything here gets us some stabilized 4K video. I appreciate you guys watching my reviews. I'm Justin Davis. Please do subscribe on the Drone Camps channel for all the latest and greatest new toy drones, FPV race drones, airplanes, helicopters, and more. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the next one. This has been the X1. Super cool.